Hello, welcome to the 2008 Stick Tour. My name's Frank Boxberger. I've been playing the Chapman stick now for about a year and a half, and I'm a complete nut about Chapman stick. It is the best instrument I've ever played, finest instrument I've ever played, each one handcrafted. Emmett Chapman, the inventor and current owner and producer of each of these fine quality sticks, has put out approximately 10,000 sticks since 1974. 34 years later, still going strong. The instrument continues to gain musicians every year. The purpose of this video is to sort of demonstrate some of the differences in the sticks. Over here we have two 8-string bass sticks, the NS stick on the right. NS for Ned Steinberger, and Emmett Chapman came up with this one. It actually has the stereo output EMG pickups along with normal bass type tuning. Of course, the patented Ned Steinberger graphite neck made by Moses, and it's absolutely unbelievable instrument. It's actually a passive EMG pickups, and it has a great little gadget here at the end of the neck which allows you to dampen or play open strings, either or, so you can dampen the first fret or play open strings. Next to it, we've got the SRB 8-string bass. There's also a 7-string bass, which gives you a little bit wider spacing. This particular one has the active EMG pickups, and at the back has the capability of going MIDI with 6 of the strings. Anytime a Chapman stick has the MIDI capability built in, it's called the grid, in this case the stick bass grid. Next we move on to one of the first style sticks with the squared off headstock. Now these actually have sometimes no truss rod and sometimes fixed truss rods, and the ironwood gives a great sound even though the intonation is fixed bridge. I have not run across one yet that the intonation seems to be adjusted very well. The necks have stayed straight, and the ironwood delivers a beautiful sound. The passive pickup on this one, which is the first style pickup, is just a fabulous pickup in and of itself, and that is the ironwood stick. Next we move over here to another more current stick. Even though this has the squared headstock here, this particular one has the adjustable truss rod. They introduced the adjustable truss rod in 1989. Fixed bridge, passive pickup, but again, the truss rod is adjustable. As you notice, this particular one has the black fret markings, as some of the others had white, pearl, and we'll get to fret markings later. Over here, we've got a teak wood, and some of the woods, depending on which kind you like, they're lighter, they're heavier, they deliver different sounds. The teak gives a great bass sound, and again, the sound is sort of dependent on the player. The adjustable bridge here, and this one also, as you can see, is double MIDI. If I was to turn it around the back, you have a 5-in-5 MIDI output down on the bottom. So not only do you get the stereo output of the normal stick-up, but you also get the MIDI on both sides. And don't be fooled by this MIDI, because you don't have to necessarily just convert this to piano sound. Nowadays, with a lot of the units that Roland's making, the VG99, VG8, and VG88, they have absolute phenomenal guitar sounds, bass sounds, detunings, and delivers just a fantastic sound. Now off to this right here is a graphite stick. Now what I hadn't talked about up until now is these sticks here have rods which are large frets. The original sticks, which is like this older ironwood, this would just be a normal fret. See, it's a little bit thinner. But as you move into the later into the 90s, you see these are rods. They're just wide frets, very nice to play. Now as we move to the graphite, it's a little hard to see, but these particular frets are pointed, and those are called rails. And a lot of players really prefer the rails. Even though they're pointed, they're smoothed off a little bit, they're easy to play, and and deliver a very nice sound. As you notice here, side by side, you see the fret marker here on the right has one extra fret. This particular model is an extended. It gives you one extra fret there, which, believe it or not, really does make a difference when you're playing to have that extended range. Again, the older models have adjustable screws to allow each string to be adjusted. The newer models have what's called a flap, and it's a different style to adjust the string heights. So that up here is the flap. Next we move on to another 10-string stick. This is Indonesian rosewood, and it delivers a really nice sound. As you can see, this is the only one with a strap on it. I personally don't use a strap when I play. I'm the only player that I've ever heard of that doesn't use a strap. I don't necessarily recommend it. It just allows me to play vertical, horizontal, or anywhere in between. So my preference is not to use a strap. This is Indonesian ironwood with, again, the active block pickup. As we get to pickups, the two active, passive, and then right next to it, the Violex passive, they all have their pluses and minuses. Of course, anytime you have an active pickup, you've got a battery that can burn out. However, on the EMG active, if you were going to mono output, you do have individual volume control of the bass and melody side. When you do move over to the Violex passive, the volume output, believe it or not, is even hotter than the active EMG, but you do not have if you were to run mono, the individual volume controls for bass versus the treble side. However, what you do gain is two pickups for each set of strings versus one, which allows a third knob to run parallel, series, and even a thing that Mr. Violex invented that gives sort of a clavinet sound. This also graphite stick is a grid, so it actually has one of the sides, which is the melody side, capable of the MIDI. Moving over to here, we have another 10-string. This is a white oak. It's got a very unique sound. Again, much lighter weight than the graphite. The graphite seem to be heavier in weight. If weight is an issue, then the oak sticks seem to be, oak and teak seem to be the lightest. Now again, a passive pickup with the dual MIDI, 5-string right, 5-string left, or 5-string melody, 5-string bass. Now we move over into the 12-string sticks. These 12-string sticks this first one is a Purple Heart. They don't make this particular wood anymore, very rare wood. And it, again, has the EMG active pickups with a 6-string MIDI. Of course, with a 12-string, you're going to get at least 6-string MIDI. And so this has the 6-string MIDI to it. Here we've got the Tahara wood, 12-string, also known as carry wood. It's a bit of a heavier wood. And they have a different fret marker. These are called the linear fret markers, which actually are very easy to see when you're playing clubs or at night. Highly recommended if you order a new one to get the fret markers, and they come in different colors. If you get, of course, a black or darker style stick, you could get a light color, and if you get, like this one, a lighter color wood, you'd want to get a dark marker. Over here we've got the 12-string graphite stick. Again, both of these here are the extended versions, so you see the one extra fret. This particular 12-string here next to it, you can see again at the top there's one less fret, so that would not be the extended version. Over here we've got another 12-string stick, and this is again teak wood, a very light wood. And this particular one has, again, 6 and 6 MIDI. So this is, all 12 strings also MIDI with the normal stick-up, passive pickup. And this one has the rod pickup, or the rod frets instead of the rails, the pointed, as the last two sticks I showed you, which is the canary wood and the graphite. At this point, this does conclude the stick tour, but please feel free to email me with any questions you may have about different sticks you're looking at, and some of the different capabilities and wood tones and pickups, tunings. We didn't even get into the different styles, types of tunings, the classic the matched reciprocal, deep matched reciprocal. There's just so many possibilities with these different sticks. Really makes it fun to collect, play, and hope you have a lot of fun. And again, please email me with any question you may have, and if I can answer them, I'd be glad to. Thank you. Bye.